So I'm down here today at the Turkey Hill Trail. It runs right along the Susquehanna River and actually right next to the Enola low-grade trail that goes down to the Safe Harbor Dam. So we're gonna hike this today. It's kind of a steep hike, but yeah. So if you know anything about the area down here, where we're gonna end up is on top of the hill next to the wind turbines at the Turkey Hill production plant, the Turkey Hill Dairy production plant, which is a pretty cool view. But to get up there, it's a really steep hike. In certain spots, definitely. I've almost like fallen before on this trail. So we'll see how this goes today. So it looks like I'm starting to get into some of the more technical stuff here. It goes steep down and then up and around the curve up there. Yeah, this trail's not for the beginner hiker, I guess, because it's kind of tricky in a couple spots. Like I said, I almost fell a couple times already on this trail. But you do get a pretty cool view of the Susquehanna River and everything. So for the most part, it is worth it. It's just kind of a difficult hike. Of course, since it is fall, you can see the Susquehanna River pretty clearly, at least for the most part. But yeah, we just pretty much hike beside that and then end up on top of the hill. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see them, but up there's wind turbines that generate electricity for the Turkey Hill Dairy plant, and that's pretty much where we're going. So we got a little while to go yet. So right here is another one of those technical sections that I'm talking about. You walk up here through this curve, there's like a little drainage stream or something, and then you go back around and come out over there. On one of these like switchback curve things, I had fell the one year, or almost fell the one year, which would have had me falling off the side of the hill. So I'm glad I didn't actually fall, but yeah, you got to be kind of careful. So as you can see, the trail pretty much follows the side of the hill. You know, it's the trail and then it's the side of the hill. And right now it's covered in leaves because I guess not a whole lot of people walk this. I don't know, but yeah, it's not the most easy, safest thing in the world, but you just kind of got to be a little cautious. We're getting closer to the wind turbines. You can kind of see them a little bit, I guess. Let's see if I look on this other side of this tree here. Yeah, I don't know. I think you can kind of see them a little bit, but we're getting closer to them, so that's cool. So here's a really sketchy looking section. It like goes down there. It looks like somebody made like a railing out of a branch and tied it to some like stakes or something, I guess, so you don't fall and hurt yourself, which is probably good. And then it goes back up here and there's like a sharp turn and it goes sharp up, so that's going to be a little challenging, but yeah. So right now I'm a little over halfway through the little gap in the hill here. So there's a little like stream thing. Yeah, you can see down there there's a whole bunch of rocks and stuff, and this whole section here is mud. It's not as bad as it looks. This is going to be my second time climbing up it. I had stopped and just kept going because there was somebody behind me trying to get through here, so I went up and found a log and sat down and drank some water, and then came back down here. My camera's doing a weird thing with the light, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. So unfortunately, it's another one of those days where the clouds keep hiding the sun. Right now the sun's back out. It's really pretty out here right now. But anyway, I found a log to sit down on and drink some water and kind of relax a little bit. Down there's that caboose car that I featured in my video walking down to the Safe Harbor Dam on this trail, on this section of the Enola low-grade trail. So we're right above that, and of course out there's the Susquehanna River. But yeah, so I think that last section is the section that I almost fell on that time, just because it looks challenging, and it is pretty challenging. Right now it's all muddy and everything. So yeah. Anyway, I hope the wind's not going to completely ruin this video. That would suck. So right here you can get a pretty good look at one of the turbines. The other one's still kind of hiding behind the hill. But as you can see, we are getting a lot closer to them. So we should be up there fairly soon. So right here you get a pretty good view of the Susquehanna. And then down there, next to the river is Columbia, and then you can see the two bridges across the Susquehanna from Columbia into Wrightsville. It's just a pretty good view. Not as good of a view as we'll get when we get up top, but pretty good view. So I know this probably doesn't look all that impressive, but I think we're beginning the final ascent up to the top of the hill, because this is getting pretty steep here. So yeah, I mean, I don't know when exactly we'll be up there, but I'm imagining here pretty soon we should be. But I guess we'll see. Yeah, the trail here is getting really steep, so I'm probably gonna be out of breath for the next few clips here. So be prepared for that. So I didn't film much of the serious uphill section just because it really sucked, and as you can probably tell, I'm pretty out of breath and everything. I always forget how ridiculous of an uphill part that is, because it is pretty ridiculous. If you're not in shape, well, I'm not in shape, but if you're in worse shape than I am, I wouldn't suggest trying to do this. It's pretty hard on you. But anyway, I'm up at the top here. I don't know how the wind noise is going to be for all of this, but I'll get some video of the view and everything once I get my breath back and everything, and kind of sit here for a little bit. But for right now, I'm just going to sit here and relax for a little bit, and then I'll try to get some video and some pictures and everything. But yeah. So the wind noise up here is pretty, well, the wind is up here is pretty prevalent. Like, there's a lot of wind up here. So I tried putting my wool glove over where I think the sound comes in, so I don't know if that'll help. I'm kind of hoping it will. But anyway, I'm up at the top here, and there's some information here on some stuff. There's a survey that somebody did back in 1802. Did it back in 1802. Henry Latrobe. That sounds kind of familiar. I don't know if I know him from something else or not, but that's the survey he did, and then that's what it looks like today. So I don't think a whole lot has changed that much between his survey and what it looks like now. You know, there's still a bunch of islands out there and everything. Susquehanna River has a bunch of islands. It's not the deepest in a lot of places, which is why the Susquehanna River isn't like the Mississippi River, and you can like ship stuff up and down it, just because that's not how the Susquehanna is. Plus, there's a bunch of dams on the Susquehanna, so it's not like you wouldn't be able to ship things on it, and it's pretty much man-created. As far as how big it is today and everything. was pretty much created by dams and everything. But yeah, I mean, even back before the dams, I think it was a pretty impressive river. The dams have just made it bigger. In fact, a lot of people, there's like, refer to different parts of the river as different lakes because they are created by dams. So I guess technically you could look at it as like, I think it's like four different lakes, but altogether it's the Susquehanna River. But anyway, this is the view from up here. Right over here is the windmills. Not the windmills, the wind power generators. I forget what I was calling them. Wind turbines, that's what they're called. So up here's the wind turbines, which are pretty cool. My mom was like obsessed with these for years, for, well, whatever reason. And over here's another painting on his survey, I guess, or whatever. Painted on location. Oh no, so local artist painted this. Okay, so this was recent. You can see the bridge in the background actually. So yeah, this is a recent painting compared to Latrobe's 1802 visit. But anyway, here's some information on, like, you know, the fact that these gather some sort of energy for Turkey Hill plant. And you know, as you can probably hear, it's pretty windy up here, so they do generate a fair amount of electricity, I believe. Of course, there's a fence here, so you can't go explore on their property and all that. But overall, it's just pretty cool, I think. And the view up here is definitely awesome. The walk to get up here is a serious, grueling task for somebody who's out of shape, such as myself. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's probably worth it. You can see the whole way down there. You can see the Wrightsville-Columbia Bridge, and beyond that is the Route 30 Bridge. And then right there is Columbia. And you can't see Wrightsville because there's a hill in the way. So, yeah. But anyway, that is the view up here on top of, I think it's called Turkey Point, or I just call it Turkey Hill. Yeah, this is the hill that the Turkey Hill plant's on. You can kind of see some of the facilities over there. But yeah, it's not why we came up here. We came up here to see this, pretty much, and to see the wind turbines. But anyway, so I guess here at some point I'm going to start to walk back down, and that's going to be a pain because there's leaves everywhere, and I hope I don't fall, because that would suck. Okay, so I think I'm going to start heading back down. My camera really doesn't know what to do with the light and everything, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. But anyway, so I'm going to start my walk back down, and this will probably be the last clip, unless I do one when I get back to my car. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good day. So over there on that tree, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but there's a blue blaze. I'll probably zoom in. So there's a blue blaze on that tree. The trail that we came up is over there. You can see the sign. But yeah. So I think there might be another section that goes that way, maybe, that follows along the fence for a little bit. I'm not entirely sure. There's a sign here that used to say Turkey Hill Trail, but then somebody spray painted the Hill Trail part off of it. So I don't know if that was somebody who works here, or if that was some hooligan. But I think there's another trail that goes that way. This would have been more appropriate around Thanksgiving for this, but you know, I'm here the day after Christmas. It's a little less appropriate. A lot of people eat ham on Christmas, and then they eat pork for New Year's. I like turkey all the time, so, you know, whatever.